just want to say thank you to all the numerous people who have trolled my phone and my campaign website and made threats. You're really showing me exactly what I thought you were anyway. But let me be clear, most of y'all don't even know the difference in what Congress and Senate is. You don't know when the primary is, and you also don't realize that I'm in a hard Republican district. 22 counties, only one is Democrat. So if you're going to threaten that I'll lose my race because y'all want to cry on the internet and harass people, well, I simply won't. And this lady gave me great advertisement. I'm just glad she knew how to spell correctly. What it should have said is Tori Branham believes in following the law. Yes, my face is all over Reddit, Korean news, TikTok. I'm getting harassed, and I'm unbothered because I stand on my truth. So y'all need to learn when you're going to harass a political candidate exactly what that means. And you're really just doing me a favor with the advertisement. But another thing is, I said I contacted ICE and I spoke to the agent. I didn't say I was the sole reason that the raid happened, but I'll double down. I'm glad it happened because I probably saved lives of people that worked out there. And like I said, we put a $5 billion investment into that factory and gave them $32 million in tax cuts, and Georgians were never hired, and contractors, good contract labor was overlooked for illegals. I love how y'all say, oh, she's doubling down. She's reneging on what she said. Listen, I stand on business, and when I say something, I don't back down from it.
Well, come on, Tori, you're supposed to stand on business. You can't stand on business if you delete your account. Tell me, Tori, what was it that finally did you in? Is it that the Korean workers, the specialized workers that were brought here, were actually here on valid visas? Or was it that Donald Trump himself was like, oh, you know what, we actually need you to stay. You can stay, please stay. And the Koreans were like, no, we're good, we're gonna go. Or is it that you have finally come to the realization that you have jeopardized a $350 billion investment? And now all of that hangs in the balance. Was that it? It could be that, Tori, but if you ask me, I think it's because you have grossly underestimated the Korean people and how fucking mean we can be. Because now, every opportunity you get, you say, I didn't know that there were Koreans involved.
I'm not defending that I did make a report to an agent about some of the terrible work conditions and safety issues, which is what I had a meeting with the unions about, but I did not know about the Koreans.
You clearly didn't know about the Koreans. Now, I know Koreans to be some of the most warm, welcoming, hospitable, kind, generous people on earth. But if you've ever crossed a Korean, you know it can get ugly real fast. They will not for 1 second hesitate to tell you exactly what they think. I'd really like to thank Ginny for bringing us some of the most colorful comments from Korean netizens.
Oh my god, face monster? Her face and image resembles the dog's butthole. She seems dirty. If you come to Korea, immediately submerging in the sea of injury. How you gonna work for the government when you can't even work out? Lose some weight, you look cursed. Her snout looks like it's made of rubber, just like doll.
I get it. It must be very hard to stand on business with so many people standing on your neck.
Hi guys, this is Tiana and you're watching Tiana's React. Do you remember that lady that called eyes on those 450 Korean workers at the Hyundai plant? Guess what? She's running for Congress. Yes, you guessed right. But the internet is on fire, the backlash is heavy, the regrets are loud, and her campaign is crumbling right before her eyes. Let's see how people are reacting to this.
Fuck yes, the controversial blonde is willing to run against... fuck, I can't remember her name. Tori Branham. That's how fucking forgettable that woman is to me, and apparently to her 5 ex-husbands. Just another one out there fighting for them Christian values. But the controversial blonde has indicated that she's willing to run down there, because Tori's running unopposed. Made a video saying that this may be her 30 seconds of courage. It is very courageous, so I will voice my support as well. Granted, from outside the state, but nonetheless. Let's make it national, right? Get some money pouring in. Because it would be awesome just to see that race in general, right? A lovely black woman versus Frank the fucking Tank. Let's go.
This has been a very humbling week for me, and I'm just gonna bite the head off the snake with the information on this mailer that's going around. And I'm going to address some things. I'm going to be very humble about it. People didn't like what I had to say about illegal immigration. They jumped the gun on the whole thing that I reported. I probably should have been more precise in my first video that I did. I didn't realize that, you know, there were Koreans involved in the whole debacle. But there were mailers going around that the conservative Georgians sent out when I ran for Senate for 9 weeks last year, saying that, or the state Senate, saying that I didn't share their values. Clearly their values of not creating jobs for Georgians, creating PACs to basically run horrible smear campaigns on grassroots candidates to never give them a chance to take office. And the values of their drunk wives going to parties telling people they voted for Biden, you know, those kind of values. What they talked about was three things that I'm going to come out and talk about. I'm going to cut the head off the snake. Now, everything that people share about me is my testimony. I've overcame a lot in my life. But I do feel like what I went through and the Marine Corps experience and failed relationships is part of my testimony and how I am as strong as I am today and the person that I am today. And you don't always see the compassionate side of me. Most of the time I'm really kind to anyone unless they push my buttons. But I want to address the mailer because I'm not above that. And when you share that, you share my testimony. So you're going to see on there that I had 5 divorces. And that's correct. It didn't come from a place of not believing in the sanctity of marriage or not that I didn't try. I think a lot of it stems from not having a good example of a marriage, growing up with a single mom, and mixed with not taking crap off of people and allowing them to treat me however they want. There may have been some infidelity and some abuse. And I don't think anybody goes into a marriage not wanting it to work out. I don't really believe in marriage anymore as the legal aspect. I believe it's more about the vows. But if people want to go, they should go. I don't think anybody should be trapped in a piece of paper and stay in something because they can't financially afford to get away. Okay? I have grown in my relationship with Christ, which has changed a lot about my decisions and how I handle my relationships. When I've dated a lot because I'm not going to jump into a marriage after learning what I've learned. When you see the eviction on there, that was actually due to my divorce after being in a 10-year marriage where I stayed home with my children. Finished my bachelor's degree while I was staying home with 5 children. Started my master's program. Realized I couldn't stay in that marriage anymore. It wasn't safe for me. I moved to an apartment and I couldn't afford it because I didn't have anything in my name. I didn't have any assets. And so I had to move out. And of course it came up as an eviction. So they put that on the mailer. The bankruptcy, I don't know if you realize, but a lot of young military get taken advantage of when it comes to buying cars and loans and things when they're near these military bases. Nonetheless, I got in over my head, and when I was 21 years old, I filed bankruptcy. They put that on there too. The arrest was also during my divorce, same situation. My kids were in the house. They had been home with me their entire lives. We were doing week on and week off. My daughter called me and said, "Mom, I need to talk to you. I miss you." I went over there. He shut the door in my face. I took his door out. My lawyer worked it out, figured out the reasons behind that. It was dropped. It was a sponge. So I'm kind of trying to figure out what kind of illegal activity that they did to dig that up. So yeah, you know, I'm not perfect. I've learned a lot from my testimony. I've grown in my relationship with God. We all make mistakes. One thing is about me is I'm honest, pure, I'm a listener, and I will fight for the American people. So I just wanted to put that to rest. I've gotten a lot of death threats. You know, I'm not going to cry about it. I was the one that put it out there that I did talk to an ICE agent, and I do know there was slave trafficking happening out there and all those other things. I believe what these people, these professional people told me that were working out there. I saw some evidence. And it's not just happening here. It's happening all over Georgia and in other states, and it needs to be addressed. And it will be addressed. But I just wanted to share that part of myself. And, you know, everybody has a past. Just hope that yours isn't made national, because it's not a good feeling when people don't understand where you come from or what you stand for.
By now, you must have heard the famous words, Hyundai.
52 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant. Hyundai mega plant. The Hyundai mega plant. Hyundai mega.
Made by the most howdy y'all lady I've ever seen in Georgia. She called ICE upon the innocent Korean factory workers' Hyundai plant. The main thing that gets to me is the pronunciation, because why does it sound like Kung Fu? Hyundai. This is a serious matter. It's a very serious matter, and I shouldn't be joking about this because the pronunciation should be Hyundai. I would have taken Hyundai. It's what most people pronounce it as, and it makes sense. It ends in AI. So this is no laughing matter, but Hyundai. I love how non-Asian people pronounce Asian things because they all sound like Kung Fu. And it makes us all seem like we all know Kung Fu. We all know Jackie Chan moves. So thank you for that, but no thank you at all for calling ICE. I just can't get over the pronunciation. It's stuck in my head. Sushi, sashimi, kimbap, Hyundai kimbap.
I was the one that reported 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday.
Whether or not Tory Branham was actually the one who called ICE on workers at the Hyundai plant is actually irrelevant. What's clear as day, however, is that this is a publicity stunt for her upcoming midterm campaign.
My face is all over Reddit, Korean news, TikTok. I'm getting harassed, and I'm unbothered because I stand on my truth. And you're really just doing me a favor with the advertisement.
That's right. She's running for Congress in Georgia's District 12, and she wants all of you to know about it. With the midterms coming next year, watch out for similar stunts that many political candidates are going to pull in order to get your attention, because your attention is not only currency, it's political power. As a down-ballot voting organization, we want to help you make sense of the midterms. Our website is currently under construction to prepare for several upcoming elections, but we want to hear from you. How can we design our website to help you better understand who your electeds are for the upcoming midterms? We have a quick 2-question survey we would love for you to answer that's linked in our bio. To gain some context as to how our website currently works, you can go to thedownballot.org. Feel free to use these dummy addresses to enter into the ballot finder so that you can see all the candidates that it pulls up. You won't be able to see anybody at the city council level because we are making a lot of changes on the back end, so don't worry about that for now. Just let us know what you would like to see in terms of how the ballot finder pulls up candidates, the information that is provided about each candidate, whether or not it's intuitive, and whether there's things that you would like to see that you don't see on there quite yet. Help us help you get progressives elected in next year's midterm so that we can protect our communities from people like Tory Branham and other Donald Trump acolytes, including Donald Trump himself. Thank you so much in advance, and we'll see you at the link in our bio.
So while she's chasing votes, the backlash is chasing her faster than she can imagine. The internet is not letting her go. The pressure is mounting on her, and her campaign looked like it's crashing before it even started. What do you think, guys? Can she survive this storm? Can she? If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comment, like, and of course subscribe to support the channel. Till next time.